today is Good Friday, and I have been tweeting ad nauseum about, I don't know, really bad Christian jokes or bad Catholic jokes. I was raised Catholic. My mom had 7 kids. Her rhythm method was every 2 years. And I'm the youngest and definitely the black sheep, the first and probably only progressive. My brother was sort of conservative until he saw jobs being outsourced, his engineering jobs being outsourced to India, and understood why and who was behind that, who in California was supporting the outsourcing of jobs and the deregulation of companies, and he was directly affected by that. Huh. So my brother is probably the second liberal, and then everybody else is very Catholic and very pro-life, quote unquote, and just a bunch of really conservative Catholic family members. And today's Good Friday, and I am an atheist, and my family doesn't know that because at family parties, if I were to tell them that I was an atheist, I wouldn't hear the end of it, and they'd all be trying to convert me, and it's really annoying. So they don't know that I'm an atheist. And I have a goddaughter. During communion, you have godparents, and I am my niece Teresa's goddaughter, and I'm supposed to be all like religious and a good model for her. And I actually am a good role model for her. She talks to me about things that she doesn't talk to anybody else about, and I'm very honest with her, and I don't share her secrets with anybody. But I don't believe in God, and I'm not religious. Not to say that I'm not spiritual, but I'm not religious, and I don't believe in God. And so I sort of had a coming out party because I made fun of Good Friday and finding Jesus at a car mechanic place. And I put that on Facebook, and I forgot that some of my family members are on there, so they, sort of attacked me on that. And I guess that's my YouTube for today, is that when I go back to California, in Southern California, where my family's from, I'm not going to hear the end of it. I remember the time that I came back home from it was my first year at college, and I came back home for Thanksgiving, and I talked to my mom about evolution because I always question the Catholic Church's teachings on evolution. And I remember saying to one of the Catholic nuns on Saturday Catholic school, I remember saying to the nun, with Adam and Eve being the first humans, there would be so much genetic mutation that humanity and our species as we know it we'd all be hemophiliacs. If you look at the royal family, there's so much mutation from first cousins and second cousins breeding and inbreeding that mutations. This is a part of not having diversity in genetic reproduction. And so I remember telling my mom, like, I don't believe in Adam and Eve being the first and only humans in the beginning because, you know, there'd be too much mutation. And I remember saying to her, maybe there were floods at one point, um, but they didn't know that the rest of the world existed. So how do we know that Noah built an ark, and how could only two pairs of animals, and how could they not eat each other? And after I told that to my mom, she was like, "Tell me you believe in Jesus." And that's what she actually asked me, if I believed in Jesus, and I said, yeah, maybe there was a guy named Jesus, or maybe he had a different name, and maybe he did die on a cross, but I don't know about the whole him being the son of God and all that. And God, oh my God, if I told my family, and I guess everybody knows now because I put it on Facebook, and my niece, my goddaughter, my sister's husband, they all sort of commented on there. I don't think it's a big deal. I honestly don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna go home and going to be. I feel like sometimes Alan Colmes, when he was on Hannity and Colmes, because when I come home, they're all Republicans, and we always argue about taxes. And oh my God, they're some of them are Tea Partiers, and they're not ignorant. They're educated. Of course, they're educated. Tea Partiers are in support of um, the wealthy and the Tea Partiers. I mean, there's that image of Tea Partiers of being bumpkins who are ignorant and can't spell and signs, but then there are Tea Partiers who are wealthy. My sister has a $60,000 pool. She has a mansion. She has more cars than she has children and members of her family. She's a Tea Partier. Of course, she's a Tea Partier. Of course, she wants tax breaks. They're not producing jobs. I mean, I'm totally going off on a tangent, but I am gonna be the Alan Colmes of my family when I come back home, because they are going to hit me like a pinata at all angles with this God thing, and it's gonna be super annoying. Anyway, signing off. Thanks. See ya. Happy Good Friday. Don't be too cross, and hopefully everybody gets nailed tonight, because it is Friday night, and if you want it to be a good one, isn't that what's involved? It might take 3 days for some of you to come again, but see ya.